A new season has arrived in iRacing, and with it are more weird races to try out. These are the weirdest, most uncommon, just wackiest races that you can find this season in iRacing. Here's what's coming up over the next few weeks. First up is SRX at Daytona. Now, this isn't Draftmaster, this is the actual SRX series, which means that series might get a bit more population this week. But also it's 2008 Daytona, the bumpy one, and I've been watching the AI here, and as you can see in the video, it appears very bumpy, and they're wiggling around. This looks quite crazy. I thought this might not be that interesting because SRX at modern Daytona is not that interesting if Draftmaster is anything to go by, but 2008 Daytona looks like a wild ride, and the cars seem to stay together with multiple lanes if the AI is anything to go by. So I'm certainly hoping there's some participation going on in the SRX series. It runs at D-Class, Asphalt Oval license, so check it out if you want a bit of a wild ride. Next up, also week 2 of the season, is the GR86 Cup at Mugello Short, which isn't a particularly weird track for this sort of car. It's a small club type track, shorter layout of Mugello, but Mugello Short just doesn't come up very often at all. I'm not sure I've ever seen it, and it's a little bit of an odd layout because you sort of cut over the pit entry separation paint, and that's just part of the racing line, and there seems to be a bit of a dip there if watching the AI is anything to go by. So it's just one of those tracks which doesn't come up very often, and if you want a rare chance to try it out, this is the week. Moving on to week 3, we have the Super Late Model Tour at Slinger. The Super Late Model Tour is a year-long series new for this year with longer races, and Slinger is not a weird track for super late models. They race there in real life, I believe, but it's a crazy one nonetheless. It's a quarter-mile track with a lot of banking, so it's very fast, very tight feeling, and it's crazy. I had a lot of crazy races there in the SRX, and I can't wait to try it in the super late model. I've not managed to do a normal official race there in super late models, so hopefully I'll get one in the Tour in week 3 of this season. Next up, also in week 3 of this season, is the Nürburgring Endurance Championship, and the reason I've got it on here is because there is a chance of rain, 46%, and looking at the forecast, it seems like there will be rain most likely before the start of the session. So even if it isn't raining into the start of the session, I think it will be a wet track. I believe we've had rain last year in NEC, but nonetheless, multi-class endurance racing at the Nordschleife in the rain. Kind of, it's just one of the most intense things you can probably do, and I missed out on it last season, so I will be thinking about getting into this one myself and giving this a go, because as much as I'm probably going to suck and I might not make it to the end, I want to experience this and how scary it must feel when you can't see anything in the spray at the Nordschleife. Also in week 3, we have the Spec Racer Ford at Spa Bike. Yes, Spa has multiple layouts now in iRacing as of the refresh last year. You may have noticed the extra bit of track as you go through. Some call it No Name Corner, some call it Speaker's Corner. There's a shortcut there, and Spa Bike is that layout. So if you want to try a kind of uncommon layout for no reason whatsoever, then you can try out Spa Bike in the Spec Racer Ford in week 3. Also in week 3 is both the Lotus 49 and Formula 3 at Nordschleife. So if you want challenging races in your open wheel cars, this is the week, particularly Lotus 49, because that's not a super popular series. It does have a dedicated community and specific slots that go official, but more will go official this week, and judging by the AI driving it, this is going to be so much fun. I'm tempted to hop in. I don't normally drive this car, but this looks intense. Again, it's the Nordschleife, but a car like this just looks intense around here, and the AI make the jumps look very difficult, so I'll be looking forward to trying that out. I'm putting a graphic of their typical race times on the screen now, but as I say, I think more will go official on this particular week. I'll also put a link to their community Discord in the description below if you want to check out that. Finally is the Global Endurance Tour at Long Beach. Now, IMSA goes to Long Beach in real life, but they only bring 2 classes. They only bring GTP and GTD. I think only the pros at that. But in iRacing, we get all 3 classes. That's normal too, but it's the Global Endurance, not the normal IMSA Endurance. So this is a 6-hour race at Long Beach, and Well, you might realize that's not even new. This race actually ran twice last year, which I think is crazy. It's come back again. I'm surprised, but I'm quite happy because I love Long Beach, and 6 hours is better than 2 hours 40, I think, as crazy as it might seem. So this is definitely a game of survival. It's a long race, and many people will fall into trouble. It's a packed racetrack, but I'm looking forward to giving it another go. That's everything for the first 4 weeks of the season covered. Spoilers, we have more SRX later in the season, we have more Spa Bike, we have Cadwell, we have Monza combined coming, so stay tuned for the next video. Make sure to subscribe to see the next batch of weird combos you can try out. Let me know in the comments below what you'll be racing this season. Catch you in the next one.